Welcome back to another episode of my hardcore series. Today I have a couple things planned that I'm going to be doing. The first of which is making a farm. So I realized that I have to get a lot of wood, so I go do that. When I finish mining enough wood, or what I thought would be enough wood, I then start to make a ton of fences. I then finish building the area, and it's going to end up being a cow farm because both leather and beef are going to be very useful. After that, I spent ages finding a cow, and once I did, I led him to the farm and brought him in, and then after a considerably less amount of time, I found another cow and brought him in also, and then started breeding and got the achievement. I then went in to make a bone meal farm, and I found one that I liked using sweet berries. And so I collected a bunch of those, and then I finished the farm. I then spent a long time getting materials for another farm I was going to use, but in the middle of that, I made a sugarcane farm. The next farm that I was working on was a gunpowder farm, and the shape of the build is this sort of hourglass shape. So I started that, and then in the middle, what you have to do is you have to dig a couple blocks down, and then once you've done that, you have to place four trap doors in the middle, like so. And then you have to place carpets on each side in this pattern. The next thing you have to do is in the middle with the trapdoors, you have to dig down a couple more blocks, and then dig a 2x2 tunnel, and then you have to place water in the back and dig the tunnel until the water stops flowing, and then dig under the water flow so that it can continue to flow, and dig until that stops flowing. The next thing I did was mine out a little area for myself to be in here. And then I mined to the surface a staircase. I then went back in with more materials, and I placed down the chests and misplaced one on accident. And then placed the hoppers that would catch the gunpowder down, leading to the chest. And then I placed a glass and I placed one where it should not have been. And so I had to break that and realized that I needed a new one. So I just placed the rest and then went to get a new one. I then placed the campfires necessary to kill the creepers. I then put down the necessary amount of trapdoors and slabs that were needed for the build. And along the way, I got two cats and put them in the places needed for them to scare the creepers into the hole. The next thing I wanted to work on was a mob grinder. So I grabbed all of the dirt in my chest, and then started to make a tunnel up. When I ran out of dirt, it was pretty far up, and I placed water at the bottom, so I decided to jump. But at the bottom, there were a ton of mobs. I'll let my reaction speak for itself. It may not have sounded like it, but I was terrified. The next day, I went and mined for about half an hour, and here are all of the resources that I got from that. The next thing I did was I went to the Nether to start making a mine down for a way to get ancient debris for netherite, and I didn't really mention it or show it throughout the video, but I kept going back and forth between the cow farm, the wheat farm, and the bone meal farm, and just continuing on stuff with those. But I figured it'd be pretty boring, so I'm just mentioning it now. I then put up some ladders and finished the safety tunnel down to the mine. I then kill an iron golem that was stuck in the villager cage. My next goal is to find pumpkins so I can have a pumpkin farm to get a ton of emeralds, but as I'm looking around, it becomes nighttime, and I try to kill skeletons that were fighting me, but then two more pop out of nowhere, and sadly, I die, ending my hardcore world. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would, please subscribe and let me know if you want to see me do or attempt another hardcore world. I had a lot of fun with this one, and I would love to do another one, but probably not anytime soon. Thank you, and see ya next time.